Sorry for the delay, masters. Yes. Hello, everyone. Namaste. Welcome to the workshop on 4 obstacles of a spiritual warrior. So we will do a skit to present the topic, and also inspired. That skit is inspired by one yogi's Atmakatha,
Not
and also then we will do the experience sharing, and we'll explain the topic from spiritual tablets. Thank you, masters. Let's first start with the 5 minutes of meditation. Last 30 seconds, masters. Gently place your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you, Madhuri, for the wonderful, soothing music. So, masters, today's session we have out of 4 obstacles of spiritual warrior, we have the very first one is about fear. So when we have fear, it stops us to grow further in our spiritual journey. So let's see how characters in Paramahamsa Yogananda's spiritual journey stopped out of fear. So presenting Mukunda and Ananta, and narrator, they are brothers, and narrator, we have explanation. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome, masters. As ma'am said, today's drama is inspired by the book Autobiography of a Yogi, and it aims to illustrate one of the 4 major obstacles faced by the spiritual warrior. That is fear, the first one. Fear holds us back from realizing our truth, our true potential, and walking the path of enlightenment. Through this story, we witness how faith and perseverance can overcome even the strongest of doubts. Now we are going ahead with the scene 1. Scene 1 is taking place in Calcutta. It is late in the evening. The Banerjee household is dimly lit by oil lamps. The scent of burning incense lingers in the air. In a modest study, Mukunda, the young Paramahamsa Yogananda, sits cross-legged on the floor, flipping through the pages of an ancient spiritual text. His expression is serene, yet filled with longing. The distant sounds of the city, carriages, temple bells, and street vendors filter through the open windows. Ananta, his elder brother, enters with a tense expression, his footsteps echoing against the wooden floor.
Mukunda, enough of this nonsense. You spend all your time reading these mystical books, dreaming of a life that isn't real.
It is more real than anything else, Ananta. A deeper reality calls me.
Oh, and where exactly is this deeper reality? In some Himalayan cave, surrounded by snow and silence?
If that is where the divine leads me, then yes.
You have responsibilities here. Mukunda, our father built this home, worked tirelessly to secure our future, and now you wish to throw it all away for a dream?
A dream? No, brother. It is a calling. It stirs my soul every moment.
A calling, is it? And when this calling leaves you hungry and penniless, what then?
The same divine mother who feeds the birds and the fish will provide for me.
Enough. Have you thought about mother? Do you think she will be happy watching you vanish like a vagabond into the wilderness?
Mother has always known my heart, Ananta. She understands that my joy is not in riches or titles, but in seeking God.
You are a fool. You think you are beyond this world. Reality will strike you down, Mukunda. Mark my words. You will return defeated, empty handed.
If that day comes, I will accept it as another lesson on the path.
Go ahead. Then run after your illusions. But don't expect me to welcome you back.
Ananta storms out. Mukunda sits in silence for a moment. then slowly begins packing a small cloth bag, a few simple clothes, his spiritual books, and picture of his mother. The dim lit flickers as he takes one last look at the room before walking toward the door, his eyes filled with quiet determination. Now, the next scene. It is happening at the railway station. It is at the train station at midnight. The air is thick with smoke and a scent of coal. Lanterns flicker, castle ear shadows on the old wooden benches. A distant whistle blows, signaling the departure of a train bound from the north. Mukanta and his cousin Jitendra, dressed in simple robes, stand near the platform, their eyes scanning the area cautiously. The station master and the railway officers patrol the area, eyeing strangers suspiciously.
Mukunda, are you sure about this? If we get caught without tickets?
Faith is the only ticket we need, my friend.
Faith won't stop a railway officer from throwing us off the train.
If the divine wills this journey, no one can stop us. And if he does not, then we accept his will.
The railway officer confronts them.
You too. Tickets, now. Another pair of holy wanderers who think the train runs on faith. Get off now, or I'll have to arrest you.
Mukunda, what do we do?
Divine Mother, if this journey is your will, show us the way.
A tense silence. Just then, a tall, elderly man in a white robe steps forward from another compartment. His presence is calm yet commanding. He speaks in a deep, measured voice. Railway officer, they are fair. Let them go.
Fine, but don't try this again.
Sir, you have saved us. What is your name?
The stranger simply smiles and nods, his eyes full of knowing warmth. Before Mukunta can say another word, the train jolts, and when he looks again, the stranger is gone. Jitendra stares at the empty space where the man had stood. His face was pale with awe.
Mukunda, who was he?
A reminder that faith is never in vain.
After this, Jitendra went back home because of his fear, but Mukunda continued his spiritual journey ahead. This concludes our drama, highlighting an important truth that fear is one of the greatest hindrances to spiritual growth. It paralyzes the mind, weakens determination, and keeps us bound to our limitations. However, faith acts as the guiding light that dispels fear and strengthens our resolve. When we trust in the divine and surrender our doubts, we open ourselves to limitless possibilities. Every spiritual seeker must learn to overcome fear with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe supports those who walk the path with sincerity. Only by conquering fear we can progress on our journey towards enlightenment and true inner peace. Thank you, Masters.
Thank you, masters. It was nice having the background of the railway station, and we are all as a characters with modulation change and everything. So I really like it. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you all.
So now, um, real life drama is done. So we came to the real life. So we have people, I mean, the seekers who have real life experiences about the fears. So let's listen to Saujanya Sai Ramaraju. Let's invite her and let's see how she has come across these fears and how she came out of it, continued her journey. Yes.
Namaste, Masters. This is Saujanya Sai Ramaraju from Maryland, Ellicott City. This is the fear. First of all, I really appreciate the way you have all done this skit. Very much applause to you all. So coming to this fear concept, I just came into this meditation. What a coincidence, I should say, because this is a month of March. Even when I stepped into the meditation, it was in the month of March itself in 2019. And it was around Holy Paurnami time. During that time, I just stepped into the meditation path through one of my friends. And we did kind of a meditation, like, all together. We sat together and we held our hands together and we did this meditation. During that time, I just felt some kind of vibrations. And later on, we started with the classes. Vedavati madam was a madam. She was teaching us from India. And during that time, she used to teach us, like, how you're supposed to do the meditation and all that stuff. During that time, they used to play this music and I was never used to connect to the meditation. I just used to connect to the music itself. So then later on, what I did was I was like very curious why I'm not getting connected to the meditation. Then I spoke to some other people and I came across some of my friends and they just told me, why don't you just sit in a very, very dark room? Then you just connect to yourself very fast. That is what they told me. So when they said this, then what I used to do is I used to sit in the closets. In US, we have walk-in closets. In the closets, during afternoons, after my lunch, I used to sit and do meditation. During that time, when I just first sat and without any, without any time boundary, anything, I just started sitting and I started doing meditation. When I did this meditation, I felt like my soul is like rotating 360 degrees up and down, like when we go into the giant wheel. In that way, it was rotating. But physically, I'm just sitting, but inside it is rotating. And later, like, I just wanted to get up from the meditation. Because I'm not sure I'm about to puke or something. It's still doing the same thing. So I just stopped and I got up. It was like, I think 30 to 40 minutes or 45 minutes, I just sat down. So that was my first day of meditation. Since then, I have started getting whatever I am going to. Like initially, I just got some dreams wherein it showed me what it is and all that stuff. But later on, when I just, after 2 months, or I should say, March, right? April, May, around May-ish time, during our summer itself, May and June, that was a crucial time. During that time, I just came across whatever I'm going to hear in the future, like a week, 1 week after or something, I used to get in my dreams. And those are all the truths. I can just foresee the dreams, like I can foresee the future. That is what we say, right? So these are future dreams. We mention like that in our spiritual tablets. This is what it is. So I was just going through. I didn't know what to do, what to say. And these dreams are not just, they're not positive dreams, as we call. These are like negative dreams, I should say. But when we come into the spirituality, nothing is positive, nothing is negative. But I have learned that later. But as soon as we get into the meditation, initially, when we just come across all these kind of negative dreams, like somebody is passing away, I can see that something is wrong, something wrong is happening to someone. all those kind of stuff when bombarded with to you in your dreams, you'll be like, what's happening? I'm in the right path. You get so many doubts, like how are you going to survive? Like, what if I get a dream if I'm going to die, or like, we don't know. These are all the fears we have during our initial days of our meditate, like spirituality, when you come into the spirituality. So I just came into this meditation with the quest of, knowing myself and getting mukti, moksham and all that. For that, I came into this meditation, but not to see somebody's future and what is happening next and all that. So later on, one day, I'm not sure, I just really wanted to talk to somebody. Luckily, due to some telepathy, GK sir came into our class and he just spoke, and I just spoke to him. I didn't speak, I should say. I just literally cried in the class completely. Like, I do not want to do any kind of meditation. I do not want to know anybody's future, that too, especially negative future and all that. I was just going on blah, 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 blah. Later on, once I stopped speaking and once I stopped crying, like, I paused for some time. Then he said, Seema, this is not that. This is third eye concept. He explained me, saying that this is a knife. For example, a kid who, if we hand over a knife to a kid, what he's going to do? He doesn't know what to do. In the same way, this is a third eye concept. So yes, I do agree. Some people do get these kind of dreams, basically into negative part of it, whatever. So he suggested me to get into completely, busy yourself. So once he suggested that, then I started, getting into some Sanskrit language classes and all that stuff. But still, there is some kind of a fear in me. It was stopping me to do meditation. And the other thing is, like, during that time, I was like, looking after my brother's marriage matches. That's how I got very busy during that time, 2019. So in that way, I just busied myself. But I did meditation too at that time, but it was manifestation meditation. If I do normal meditation, I used to see the future and all that stuff, right? But I was just doing this manifestation meditation. My brother has to get married. The girl should be righteous and all that stuff we do, right? These affirmation meditation that I was just doing for some time and just leaving it. I was very fearful. If at all, if I do some meditation, I'm sure I'm going to get something. I get to know something. So I was just stopping myself. Until 2022 November, I was like, I was doing, but here and there, there was fear here and there. So when I just got into this L1 course, there was this third eye concept, all that. So when I just learned those concepts, when I got the knowledge of that concepts, then I just got assurance saying that this is the natural process. This is not that something is happening to me, which is going to stop me, like, happen something. But this is all normal. Everybody can get this, and it is very, very normal. So I need not be fearful of all these things. So I can just continue my meditation and all that stuff. So I just got the assurance from the knowledge which I have learned. From this experience, what I have learned was, like, initially I got the practical knowledge. As soon as I got into the meditation, I got the practical knowledge of it. The theoretical knowledge I got later when I learned it, like when I got into the theoretical course. Then I just connected the dots. Then I came to know that, okay, this is what it is. We need not worry about it. We just need to go ahead and do it. What's happening, it's good. What's not happening, that is also good. What will happen, that's also good. What will not happen, that's also good. So everything is Good. So you need not worry and you need not do anything for it. You are just, as when we do meditation, we just say, right? Like when you just witness your thoughts. Don't get into the loop. So in the same way, I am just witnessing my dreams. That's it. I'm not going to get into that and, get fearful of that. So even now, I do see, at least in those years, I used to get dreams. Sometimes now, here, if I recently I just got to know somebody passed away. It was just like somebody was not responding to some messages. I thought maybe their father has passed away. That's why she suddenly went to India. That's what my mind said. So now I need not get into the dreams. I just get like that. So this is also just you just need to witness it. That's it. You need not do anything about it. So that is what I have learned from my experience. So good that I got this experience. Yes, very practically have understood it, so that even in the future, if something comes up, it's like for temporary purpose, because you are not aware of the knowledge. Because I'm not aware of the knowledge, that's the reason I was fearful for. When I learned the knowledge, when I got the wisdom of it, then I got through it. So this is where I am today. Thank you very much, Lavanya Garu, Madhuri Garu, and everybody here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saujanya, for your experience sharing. Yeah, very apt that you don't want to continue your spiritual journey because of the visions you were seeing, and you got the information what to do with that, and you are good to go. Thank you, Saujanya.
Thank you.
And yes, so we have live experience that fear does stops us to grow spiritually. Next, we have one more experience about the fear. Madhuri, can you please share?
Yeah, I will. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, this workshop is really make me think where I started and where I started my journey and where I am today. And this four obstacles, how I can relate with my experiences. Initially, I thought I have very small experiences. Small or big, there is nothing like that to name. But when I digged into it, I felt, yes, I have something really big things where it is really important for me to realize. So, in that, one thing is at the beginning of the meditation, or earlier before the meditation, I don't know that we can work on our fears or any kind of emotions which we have. I used to feel that we are built in this way, so we just be in this way. So I don't have any idea that we can work on those things, we can overcome those things. So once I stepped into this spiritual path, the first thing what I noticed is my fears. Fear of being alone, fear of darkness, fear of heights, fear of water. So everything it started coming on the surface, and it used to make me realize that yes, you need to work on these things. So that's when I realized few things. After a year, uh, my husband, he used to travel a lot. We were in Dubai. He used to travel a lot. So at that point in time, always he used to drop me at my sister-in-law's place and he used to travel. So with his different timings, everything at the same time, there is no proper schedule for me. So I started getting irritation and there is no schedule for me. Always I have to be here or there. There is no planning such things. I got irritated with that particular thing, and I thought, let me take a step and let me try to be alone. That is my first step. So in my house, everywhere, I switched on all the lights, TV was on. At the same time, it might be a little funnier, but wherever Ravi used to go, in those days, there is no Zoom, so we used to connect in Skype. So Ravi used to on over there, and he used to sleep there, and I'm sleeping here. If I get up also, I see him. So that's how I started overcoming my first fear, that staying alone at home. I'm not saying that today 100% I'm out of it, but I can take those steps again and again to experience to stay here alone or whatever it is. So that is my first achievement where I was so happy. And I realized that we can overcome like whatever we are feeling that I cannot do this, or because of lack of confidence or something else. Maybe with a bad experiences, we make ourselves stay back. We won't take those steps. So it gave me that confidence to, yes, you can take one step ahead. So this is something which really made me take me a little bit ahead. Then later on, everything started coming on the surface. Later on, what it I started feeling is a driving. Driving means my husband, he is driving. Still, I used to have this feeling that something will come and it will hit us. And something will happen to us. I don't know what is going to happen, but something will happen. So when he is driving, I used to feel, okay, now he's going to do something. Now something will come. It is not that um, I don't have a confidence on my husband driving, but the thing is, those are heavy vehicles. Those things will come and hit us. So every time, whenever I get into the car, so this fear. Whenever I get into a highway, this fear pops up in me, and I used to be so restless. Then, after some time, I started observing myself. Like when I'm getting into the car, the thought it used to pop up, like you need to be careful, and you need to look around the surroundings so that you will be careful. So I started observing my thoughts, which kind of thoughts it is producing me. Like few are very fearful. At the same time, from the other end, um, our intellectual mind is saying that you're good, you're good, try to overcome this. So slowly I started listening to my intellectual mind. Then I started observing my thoughts more deeply. Instead of taking them as a fearful way, I started observing them. I started listening to my intellectual mind. Then we were driving in the car, and suddenly it popped up in my mind that what will happen if something comes and it will hit you? What will happen? The worst thing is you will vacate your body. And when you know that your body is not permanent with you and your soul is permanent, so you are always with your soul, and the knowledge, whatever you need to gain here, once you're done with your part of life here on this earth, you'll go from here. Maybe that is a little sooner or later. So you just enjoy the thing instead of just being in that box and getting into that restless feeling. So once I realized that particular thing, it literally it made me like I'm so much relaxed and relieved. So nothing is there in me. So after that onwards, sometimes it comes, sometimes like most of the times I'm in a good way actually. There is nothing like that. And after coming to US, it is like those heavy trucks and all. I used to feel a little bit scared. Now I don't have that fear also. So I'm totally out of it, I can say now. So that is my one of the fear, which indicates in this four obstacles, body fear. So when we totally understand what is body and what is a soul, both are two different things, and body is not only the permanent thing. Body is for to be here and enjoy the things. Enjoy all kind of enjoyments, whatever we can do with our eyes, with our body. We just need to experience them. So that's what I realized with this particular experience. And whereas it comes to intellectual fear, um, I recently went to Vipassana, and after doing that Vipassana thing, I okay, initially, whenever I want to experience some energy, maybe a Mahavatar Babaji energy or Patriji's energy or something else, whenever I want to wish them to experience those energies, I just used to release a thought and I used to experience them. Whatever it is, I just used to tell Babaji that it's been a long time, I want to witness your energy. So within a 1 hour or 2 hours, in that span, I used to feel his energies, the aura of it. So after Vipassana thing, uh, I used to ask, but it didn't come. It didn't come. Then at one point in time, I thought maybe I missed that connectivity. Maybe I tried something else instead of being in this technique. I tried some other technique, so that's why my intuition or whatever it is, it may be changed totally. Then I became so silent. So I don't know what is happening with me. To understand that particular thing, one sec.
So, yes, uh, actually, we're talking about the fears, the first obstacle of spiritual seeker. So we have different types of fears, like 4 levels of fears: the body level, I mean, physical fear, and mental fear, intellectual fear, and spiritual fear. That's what, like, Madhuri has first shared her experience with the car driving, that has body fear. Yes, Madhuri, welcome back. Continue.
Yeah, thank you. So sorry for the interruption. Yeah. So when it took me 2 months to understand what is happening with me. So in that period of time, I met Anand Karnation. He, we are unfortunate that he came to Raleigh, and I got a chance to discuss with him what is happening with me. Like I'm not able to do multitasking. I'm just being silent all the time, and I don't have this thing like whatever I used to experience earlier, those things are not within me. Now I'm not able to experience anything. He said, you're in a right path. You're being in the present moment. Till now, my understanding was at that point in time, the spiritual world and physical world is both are little different worlds. But when I spoke with him, he told me that both you need to incorporate in each other. So those two are not different, both are same. Then when I started looking in that way, um, I understood one interesting factor That is, whatever I was looking outside, like whenever I used to experience the energy, whomever I used to call, the energy, those energies are within me. So they are not somewhere else. I need to look within myself. So when I realized this fact, the intellectual fear, whatever is there, that is gone. So there's the best example I can say. I always, I realize things at the same time. In my journey, what I observed is I get the confirmation from two, three places also. Maybe through books, maybe somebody shares their experience, something like that. So the same thing, who meditated for hours together for 40 days, and the same person, same way of experience, like whatever intuition way she used to get the messages or answers, whatever it is, those things stopped coming, and the master's guidance, everything. So I told her this is a way, maybe because of this it is not coming. So it gave me second time the confirmation that whatever I understood, it is right. So this is how I came out of this intellectual fear. So usually initially when we meditate, we experience God related stuff, messages, everything. We may see God pictures, their messages, their energy, everything. But after some time, we come out of those things. It means your consciousness got increased. It doesn't mean that you're drawn down. So we need to keep this thing always in our mind. That is our intellectual fear. And one more thing I want to share, then we'll end up. Um, in this process of my fears, um, one point in time, I felt like I need to visit some Himalayan places where I want to go there and spend. So I told my husband we both plan to go to Mahavdar Babaji caves. So from Delhi to till Mahavdar Babaji caves, we booked a car. So we both have nausea feeling, and that is uh, uh, it's a curvy roads, something like that. So I fixed in my mind that in this journey, I'm not going to experience any sort of a things. I'll just sit inside and I experience the nature, and the nature will take care of me. So no need to worry. So I carried that thought in me, and the journey, whatever I traveled, around 14 hours, 15 hours of journey, I could do it very easily. So that is when I understood what is my strength uh, of my thought, or what I can do for myself. Once I decide the thing to do it in this way. The second thing is we reached there. I was so excited to meditate over there, and to go to Babaji cave and meditate over there. We went there. There is only one thing, roti, kapda, makan. There is nothing else. No mobile, nothing. So me and my husband only, we both are there. And somebody told us that you should go with a group, otherwise you may have some, you may encounter with some problems or something like that. So that's our advice what they gave. But once I entered into the room, everything, I started feeling a snake. And it's a kind of a fear again. It started in me that, okay, to go to the washroom also, I used to be very scared. Like, there is like, okay, snake is coming from here and there, and it will do something to me. That is a fear. And the next day, at the night, I didn't sleep at all. Like I was throughout the night, I was awake because whenever I used to close the eyes, the snake used to come in front of me, like it's on my belly. I could see that. If I close my eyes, it is just in front of her. So I felt I couldn't sleep at all. The next day, we started walking towards to Babaji caves. So it's a 1 hour trek. So from inside, I'm asking Babaji, please show us some path, some help to reach to your place. I'm asking, I'm requesting him from my inner, but my mind wise, it is showing me the path, everything. It is like maybe some snake will come here. It will do something to us. It is showing me in a way a lady and 2 kids are sitting on a grass and they are very happily sitting over there and they're not scared at all. He's showing me all those things in that path, but I'm not ready to take those things. We walked for some time, then it started, those bushes, everything started becoming dense and dense. So what we thought is, okay, if anything happens here, nobody is there to take care of us. So let's go back. So we started coming back. Still, I'm asking for the help. Like, I want to come there. Please show some help. So with the fear, we are coming back. So I saw a lady with a knife who is going to cut the grass. So I asked her, are you going to Babaji caves? So she said, yes, I go in that way. I can show you the place. So we took exactly 4 steps. And again, the fear, it came in our mind that she has knife in her hand. If she does anything to us, what will happen? So again, we told her, thank you so much. No, we'll go back. Then in this whole scenario, what we observed is the fear. There is a path in front of us, but still the fear always dominates us to take the next step. Though we are very strong with our intuitions, everything, but when we have this mind fear, we cannot o- reach over there. That's what I understood. On that day, night, I tried to sleep. Again, the snake is on my belly. I don't want to open my eyes also. I got irritated and frustrated. Like I traveled from so long, like from Dubai to Delhi, from here, but I couldn't even meditate. I couldn't even visit to Mahatar Babaji caves. And what I'm doing here, uh, it's like that. And I literally asked the question, see, if you want to tell me something, please tell me. Otherwise, please go away from here. I don't want to see you here. So I literally felt that from that door, it went out. It is just standing in between the road, and it told me a message that I'm here to protect you. I'm just here to protect you as you are scared and very, um, I'm your protection. It is not that something else. I'm not going to harm you. So when I hear from that thing, I'm like, okay, what is this? In this way also, we experience the things I understood at that point in time. Whenever from that point in onwards, whenever I'm going to a new place or anything related to scary related things or whatever it is, the snake appears to me and it stays beside me. And when I shared after this thing, when I shared with someone who is very much into Babaji thing, so she told me that Babaji appears in a snake. Um, Sometimes he appears in a snake form also. So I was with Babaji all the time. He was protecting me. So it was so nice at that point in time. And later on, when we went to Pyramid Valley to visit. It is around 3 o'clock or so. We reached to that Pyramid Valley, and we checked in. As soon as I going to the bed, I felt a snake is just beside me, and outside the door, Patriji is walking. And I realized and I told them, I'm good now. I'm good now. If I really need you, I'll call you. So please, you can leave. Now I know that you are there with me always. I can take any step and you are there to protect me. So this is how I started coming out of my fears. So always the masters, the nature or superpower, God energy, whatever we name it, they are always with us to guide us, protect us, to make us come out of that particular thing. We just need to be aware to take their guidance. So thank you so much, Lavanya and team, for giving this beautiful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuri. You have explained like all the topics, all the fear concepts, and very wonderful experiences about Babaji and so many things. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
It was very, very nice, Madhuri Garu. It's really learning. Chala, chala. It's very, very nice to me. Like the way you explained it was awesome. Very clearly composed and everything. Each one of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madhuri Garu, sharing with that. As Lavanya ma'am said, it touches the 4 types of fears: physical, mind level fear, and intellectual level fear, and then of course spiritual fear. All 4 parts of it. The story covered all aspects in all 4 different types.
Yeah, unknowingly I covered everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you have beautifully narrated your whole fear phenomena. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Masters. But as I promised, we have to briefly explain what are the concepts of fear. So, first of all, my heartfelt gratitude to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji and Dr. GK for all my spiritual journey has started with Patriji's wisdom and then again Dr. GK's. So this concept of fear, up 4 obstacles of spiritual seeker, it's from one of the spiritual tablet from Dr. GK's wisdom. So let's go briefly explain what is fear and what are the 4 kinds of fears and how to come out of them. So in any initial stage, like the masters here has shared their experiences, initial stages, everybody have different kinds of fears. That fear, why do we have to come out of those fears to step forward? Because whatever meditation we do or whatever we do, that joy and energy we constantly lose out of fear. So that fear thoughts, it drains our energy. So however long meditation we do and that energy is completely drained by with one thought of like as Madhuri said, like if I think of a snake, suddenly my feet shiver, right? So all the energy just drains. So we should come out of fears. The very first step, as Swami Rama says, this is the very first steps to come out of to step forward for spiritual journey. So let's see, the 4 types of fears are physical, mental, intellectual and spiritual. So what is the physical fear? As Madhuri's experience about the car says, like we all connect to the, as long as we connect to the physical body, we always have the fear of losing it. Like what happens what if an accident happens? What if I hurt myself? So when we have those fears, we don't involve in any activity. For example, I used to have a fear of, not fear, I cannot say it's a fear, but it's a hindrance to experience the carom board, the game carom board. So when I click the coin, hit the coin, it's always hurts my finger. So I feel like, okay, it is hurting, so I don't play it. So I'm losing the enjoyment, joyfulness of playing with the team, playing with the group, and having the experiencing the fun of winning and losing or something. So those fears stop us to experience anything. So, but as we have the physical body, we have to experience all the joys in the world. So the activities like water games, mountain climbing, trekking, physical endurances, all those things we have to experience. To come out of those physical fears, we have to experience it. Then only we understand, okay, this is nothing. We can meditate, we can climb, we can swim. So many people are swimming, we can also swim. There is no fear of draining or drowning, I'm sorry. So to come out of the physical fears, we have to go and experience the same, then we will come out. So several people, I heard recently, like a celebrity saying that to come out of their fears, they are doing the bungee jumping, so jumping from the heights. So that's a very daring step, to just jump from the mountain or something. So they come out of those fears. That's a people do understand that fears go when we experience. So the next one is mental fears. So mental fear is, again, the word says mental, it's imaginary. So when for example, if someone, the child or husband or the family member, goes out and it takes the coming is delayed, so the time where whenever they said they're not coming home, so immediately the people who are inside in the house, they will be imagining something, that something has happened to them, some accident has happened, something has happened. So those are mental fears. We create, we imagine, we have doubts. So several people have the job security, like what if this happens, my job will be gone, and something goes wrong in the workplace or business, or fears of children's future. So these are all imaginary. So how does these mental fears go is through meditation. So several people have experienced through meditation, and initial fears will be gone easily, and then rest whatever rest of the fears are left, we have to analyze. For example, maybe if the child from the school is delayed, so the mother may be thinking, or something has happened to the child. So when she calls the school or the bus or somebody, and they tell, oh, something has the school bus has the some issue, and children are safe there, so then fears will be gone. So 50% will be gone with the meditation, and the rest will be understanding and analyzing what has happened. The third one is intellectual fear. Intellectual is about, again, saying the knowledge, it is intellectual level. So we all might have experienced all this, because when when exams come, we have that nervousness or some fears. What if I fail? What if I can perform in exam well or not, right? So we have passed several exams, even though from childhood to the degree or PG level, we have come across passed several performed in several exams, taken several interviews or something, but still when the new thing comes, we still get tensed, or we have the fear. How do we come across is like we feel less confident, and these we have to how can we come is to take up the task. For example, spiritual task, when we take up, so these other daily routine task fears will be gone. We have to take up big spiritual projects, spiritual tasks, like for example, group meditations, conducting group meditations, hosting people, and Zoom sessions or YouTube sessions, giving interviews. there are big gatherings involving and administrating, hosting, managing, all these things when we do. So when we understand the capabilities of ourselves, like I can do this much, I can conduct a session for 200 people, 1000 people, then these small fears of exams or something, it will be gone easily. So we have to come out and take up the job and fulfill it. That's how we can come out of the intellectual fears. The last one is spiritual fear. Spiritual fear is like, even though we have all the things, with no reason we will have inner fears. We don't even understand what is this fear, where is this fear from. So these fears are from the people around us, whoever have the, because we are all connected in intellectual, spiritual level, conscious level. So sometimes the fears of the people around us also affects us. And also the soulmates. Soulmates are everybody is the soul family. So all the people around us are our soul family. If they have any fears in their life, that comes to us as a spiritual, we become sensitive to the frequencies around us. So what we have to do is, we have to do the service. Like initially, before coming into spirituality, people used to do the karma yoga. That means like giving clothes and giving food, shelter, all those service we do. And to such, only to limited extent, those services help people. But if for example in America, people have education, people have money, shelters and clothes and everything, still if they are not happy, that means they are lacking spiritual wisdom. So the ultimate wisdom is jnanagni dagdha karmanam. So when we give the spiritual wisdom to them, spiritual knowledge, they will become happy. When they are happy, our fears will be gone. So sharing knowledge is, that's how we come out of our spiritual fears. Otherwise, if we, as Madhuri said, like or Saujanya said earlier in the other session, said she has learned Bhagavad Gita slokas, but she has to teach others. That's how she, people who are seeking to learn something, she is ready to help. Whatever we have the wisdom, we have to teach others. So we keep on learning and we keep on teaching. So that's how we can come out of spiritual fears, unknown fears. Okay, this is the masters about fears. We have to meditate, we have to learn, we have to teach, and we have to do services, and we have to experience our own self. This is how we can come out of fears. This is the first obstacle of any spiritual seeker, and these are the ways how to overcome this. Thank you so much. And tomorrow, and we will deal with or explain the second obstacle of a spiritual seeker, that is incomplete knowledge, incomplete wisdom. Okay, thank you so much.
I had a question. Can I ask?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So the experience which I have had, like when I got into the meditation, it is due to the incomplete knowledge of the fear, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When you understand,
When I got the wisdom, then I got out of the fear.
yes,
Until then, I was like,
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Saujanya.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, Masters, thank you so much for the opportunity, and thanks to the PMC USA. And anybody would like to share anything? All right, thanks for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for the participation. Thank you all.